live from my end. Guys, before we get in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Obviously, had to go live with the news. Michael Carrick, formally announced as the interim coach for Manchester United. Drop into the comments, let us know what you think. Is it the right decision? And do we think Carrick will be able to get us the results that we need as we kind of go into the rest of the season? I mean, when I think about it, based on all of the options that were mentioned, if you think about Solskjaer, if you think about Carrick, and I know there was talks about Ruud van Nistelrooy, of all of them, I think Carrick is the best of the options. But would I have gone with Carrick myself? No, I think we needed to go with somebody more experienced, somebody that's ready for a dogfight, somebody that's ready to kind of grind and get us there. But do we kind of throw Michael Carrick away? No, I think, with every Manchester United manager or interim manager or stand-in manager, whatever you want to call it, we need to get behind them, we need to support them. And I think it's important to understand also that irrespective of who the manager is, irrespective of what the discussion is around the club, we still want Manchester United to win. We still want Manchester United to kind of build up to a certain level. And we get behind Michael Carrick and we hope for the best this season. So Michael Carrick appointed as Manchester United manager until the end of the season, or rather, should I say, head coach, because we know who the manager at Manchester United is, or supposed manager at Manchester United is, Jason Wilcox, kind of trying to play manager. We had it with Ed Woodward, we now have it with Jason Wilcox. And I think, when INEOS talk about best in class, the only thing I can think about is what a joke of a management team we have at Manchester United. Where are we? Where do we go from here? Well, Michael Carrick brings in a staff complement of Jonathan Woodgate, I think it is, ex-Leeds United player. He was with Carrick at Middlesbrough. He comes in, and I think, that talks volumes as well. Bringing in a coach like him to come in and support, when you had the likes of Rooney putting his name out there, Roy Keane putting his name out there. I would prefer one of them coming in, understand the fabric of this club and moving on from there. There was we've got Gareth Southgate's number 2 coming in as Carrick's assistant. Poor in the England setup, went on to coach at Yokohama in Japan, was poor there, and now coming to Manchester United. So, I'm not very confident about that, but hoping, Carrick can do the needful and get us going from that perspective. So let's hope that this appointment at least gives us that new manager bounce, gets the players all galvanized and getting us moving forward. But I still don't see much changes or much difference going to happen from a Manchester United perspective, because it's still the same players. We know they're frauds. We know they are the reason for the downfall of this club. And no matter how much you want to blame on any of the previous coaches, on Amorim, on Carrick when he eventually does get in, running in, I think with this bunch of players, you have a complement of players that aren't ready to fight for the badge, aren't ready to fight for the club, and have massive kind of ear or question marks about their credibility from a playing perspective. And I think irrespective of who this manager is, we're going to suffer with this bunch of players. But I'm hoping Carrick can get a hold of this midfield and kind of get things going from there. There's been some talk that now that Carrick is in, they're going to back him with maybe 1 or 2 midfield transfers now in the window, just to help solidify that midfield. Names like Rúben Neves being thrown around, Carlos Baliba, Elliot Anderson, and Adam Wharton is being discussed for the summer. But with this Manchester United PR machine, we know it's all spin, and they're just kind of kicking the can down the road and hoping that us fans are gullible. The only change that will really get Manchester United back to where we need to go is getting INEOS out. And the only way to get INEOS out is to hit them where it hurts, and that's on their pockets. If you recall, when the Super League was there, the only time it got them to kind of think about things a little bit was when we stopped the game, or the fans stopped the game. And I think that's what we need to do. Protesting in a peaceful way, but stopping INEOS from taking more advantage of the club is the only way we can do it. And this is the right time to do it. We are at an all-time low, and it can only get worse from here. And, INEOS, I don't trust them to make the right decisions. Under Glazers, we were bad, but Glazers and INEOS, we absolutely, dreadful. And if you think about, the history of INEOS at Manchester United, 2 sacked coaches, millions of pounds paid in compensation, a director of football sacked before he even got going, hundreds of millions of pounds spent on transfers and not seeing a new rebuild through, and they want us to believe that they have the club's best interests in mind as they, give themselves time to make the right decision. For me, warning signs already there. Bringing in Gareth Southgate number 2 as assistant coach doesn't feel right, doesn't sit well with me, and it makes me think that they're planning on bringing Gareth Southgate in the summer, and they're kind of setting the scene ready for him. I hope I'm wrong on it, but it would be an absolute disaster if Gareth Southgate comes in to Manchester United. So yeah, that's it. Michael Carrick at the wheel. His first games in charge, really tough. Manchester City, then Arsenal. So City at home, I think it is. Arsenal away. Then Fulham, and then Spurs. So 4 really, really tough games, kind of coming thick and fast for Michael Carrick. We hope he can pick up some points. Hopefully he can galvanize the team, get the team going again, bring that new manager bounce. I'm happy for Michael Carrick. I wish him all the best. Want to see him do the best Manchester United, but I'm not happy with the way things have transpired over the last couple of weeks. I'm not confident in this INEOS management, and I believe that we as Manchester United fans are set up, and the club are set up for failure. I hope I'm proven wrong. Hope Michael Carrick can get us to where we need to go. But heads need to roll at Manchester United, starting with Jason Wilcox and Umar Berada, and definitely the ownership. Because just think about that structure. We've got Joel Glazer and Sir Jim Ratcliffe sitting up top, followed by Berada and Wilcox with Carrick at the helm. And I think, no decent football club sets themselves up in that manner, and, puts ourselves forward as any serious, or any club serious to take things forward. So hopefully Michael Carrick does what he needs to do, gets us playing a certain style of football, gets us the results, and gets us into Europe. And then the right decisions are made and the right coach is brought in, whether it's Thomas Tuchel, whether it's Luis Enrique, maybe Xavi Alonso. I don't think that will happen, but I'm hoping that proper due diligence is done on the new coach of Manchester United, and that we finally get rid of the Glazers. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Carrick here at the wheel. Hopefully we see a new manager bounce. And with that, guys, we are gunning to Old Trafford. Thank you.